So real quick, like I was explaining to you, because I'm cheap, I don't want to take the full 60. I want to get about 30, 45 minutes, and then it sets me off. So I will do a break, and then I'll send you the link again, and then we'll close out.
Gotcha.
Podcast. Okay.
All right.
Oh, so this is the podcast?
Yeah, this is the podcast.
Okay. Okay, gotcha. I didn't know what we were doing right here. Oh, all right. Let me just okay.
You good then?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right, let me lead y'all in and start off the podcast real quick. So this week on Film Noobs, welcome back. We took a little break for spring break. We're back and we are lucky enough to be celebrating our 5-year anniversary. For those of you who haven't been keeping up with me or who don't care, let me just bring you in. 5 years ago, I had the privilege of doing my first feature film with some awesome, talented people, great damn filmmakers. They all volunteered their time. They pitched in. They believed in a stupid, crazy, silly dream of this fat, lazy man. And yeah, after that, man, it took off. So let me introduce y'all. If you're watching this or hearing this, I don't know how to explain it, but I'll start off with Mario. Mario, he was one of our leads. We have Daniel. Daniel was our second lead. And then we have our filmmaker, Jessica. She was our DP, master photographer, all that good stuff. Kept me kind of straight and a bunch of arguments. But either way, guys, do a little bit of quick introduction. Then we'll go into talking about 5 years since what happened and where we're at now, man. So go ahead, ladies first.
Oh, yeah. My name's Jessica Martinez, and I was DP for Lowriders versus Zombies. It was your first film, David, and it was my first opportunity to DP. So I was very excited and nervous.
Real quick,
But yeah.
What is a DP for the cochinos out there? It doesn't mean what they think.
Gotcha. Yes, DP is a director of photography. So the director's in charge of most of the actors on set, and I am in charge of the camera and lighting, making sure the frame looks good for the director.
Cool. Mario?
So my name is Mario Herrera. I played Johnny. I was one of the co-leads, co-stars on the Lowriders versus Zombies. I played the handsome Johnny. Had a ton of fun. This was my first feature film, so I appreciate the opportunity, David. Can't wait till we do LVZs too, man.
Did I hear two? Where was I? No, hi, I'm Daniel. Gosh, I was in college and I saw this opportunity and I was with my roommate and I was like, oh, hey, let me record this thing. And I was like setting up all like the technicalities of like what a camera is, just my phone. But yeah, and then yeah, I sent it out and didn't really expect anything because it was also my first feature film at the time. And then it was just an awesome experience. I had fun with everyone on set and seeing all the makeup done, and it was just a blast overall.
So if I hear this right, we all popped our cherry with LVZ. Damn, that's crazy. I actually thought both of y'all, Daniel and Mario, I thought y'all had some acting experience before, or not. Yeah, I know y'all had some experience, but at least some other stuff under y'all's belt.
Yeah.
When I saw y'all's audition, I was like, fuck yeah, we're gonna do this.
I mean, I had some. So I had like small TV stuff, but remember, I was mainly a theater actor. So y'all had to sometimes remember. I don't know if you recall it. Sometimes y'all had to tell me to tone it down, or like, hey, subtle is more. Subtle is more.
Yeah.
It like, I had to adjust being a theater actor to being a film and then I did do some classes with like Paul Tinder there in San Antonio, Performing Arts of San Antonio. So I did some acting there. I had an acting coach who helped me out for film and TV. But film-wise, I did something for The Sun called The Sun on AMC with Pierce Brosnan. That episode never made it into the series. I went to go look, and the episode that they said it was supposed to be, well, they had changed it to a night scene, and it was a shootout. So I had done something there. I had done some. It was like another TV series or something like that, but it was, you know, not main, not like a main deal. Like I guess in movies it's a film, but the stuff that we did, I guess, is kind of like B film type stuff.
Okay.
So it was never feature film. Let's do like it was. Yeah. So LBZS was my first
That's
one.
awesome. And you, Daniel, you had experience?
Just in theater. I don't remember what year I was in college. I think it was my second year. And so yeah, just doing community theater was really all I did. I guess I did try hard on the audition where I made an impression.
Yeah, like I said, everybody, everybody that had submitted, I was set on yes, you're gonna play. As soon as I got y'all's roles or y'all's cast, however you want to say it, I was like, yep, that's so and so. Yep, that's so and so. That's so and so. I think the only one that I had a change of heart was Addie. And Addie was an actually walk on when we had in-person auditions. And when she came in, the funny story, she did her role and everything. She applied for Maria. And I was like, dude, I need a little bit more ghetto, a little bit more, West Side. She's like, hold on. And she put her head in a hair in a ponytail and she changed. And I was like, oh shit. And she's like, okay, cool, bye. And she walks out and I'm like, wait a minute. My wife's like, wait, stop her. That's so. I'm like, oh, fuck. We dragged her back in. We're like, girl, you got the part, but not for Maria because Maria, I got somebody else, but I need you for this role. And she's like, cool. And she tried holding back because it was, I guess, her first film too. And she walked out. She's like, yes, mom. And I was like, okay. So she's excited to be on this crazy film. Cool. And with you, Jessica, I know we had met on another set, right?
Yes. Yeah, I normally I'm only before DPing for you. I've normally done AC, which is assistant camera, and I also focus pooled. So for different shoots, and before that, I mean, I majored in 3D animation, so I know about the framing. I know how to frame a shot.
Yeah.
I just never, just working on independent films and reality TV shows. I never got the chance yet to actually shoot. So I was like, I mean, I shot my own stuff, but never, like I said, for a film. So when you asked me when we were helping another friend out on another shoot, can you shoot? I'm like, yeah, I can shoot. And so because you were talking about first film. So I was like, okay. And then he goes, well, yeah, you want to, be his DP for your first film? I'm like, okay, I'm ready for the challenge.
Oh,
so, yeah.
David.
What?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No,
Yeah, go ahead.
But I was going to say, I also did another, after the LBZS, I ended up doing another feature film called The Death Room or something like that, a Stephen King adaptation by Eric Bernard.
Yeah.
I played Tomas, one of the main character's friends, and I was pretty much dead. Like, I was the main character. I had like a scene or two where I was talking. They were doing like flashback where I was talking, and I was that one was fun, man. That they had a nice. I don't know if you worked with Bernard before, Martinez.
No.
Eric Bernard out of Austin. Well, I know Reddick was on that set. There was a couple other people. I think Ronald worked that set.
Okay.
Probably. Ronald's a big set.
Yeah, film.
Yeah. He's everywhere, man. Ronald's everywhere.
Yeah, that one was fun too, man. But I pretty much just played dead. I had like a scene where it was nice, good directing. Not saying you weren't. I was just saying it was like a nice.
No, that's all right.
Shot.
I get it.
No, you gave me some tips and pointers, man. Like that really helped me. I still look back to that when I if I ever audition for anything else, I'm like, I take whatever the directors have given me. Like even when Jessica and Ronald would tell me things, hey man, try this or try that. Less is more. Be subtle. like you're a theater actor. Remember, you always do like you're a theater actor, man. So you got to tone it down. I need you to. You don't have to be so big on camera. You're moving out of frame. I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it.
Oh yeah, yeah, shooting with me. We're using the Rokinon lenses, and so yeah, it's a very shallow depth of field. So it's like, please don't,
like, don't
move too much, because yeah, it's like 1 centimeter out of focus. And again, being the start in the focus puller, I was like, no, gotta be in focus.
Yeah, it was fun though.
With Daniel, I know with you, I know we did a lot of talking about incorporating a lot of your mannerisms and a lot of the physicality when it comes to physical comedy versus spoken comedy. There was one thing that you kind of did, and it was towards the end about with the phone and kind of like looking around, but it was more physical and it about the theater acting versus film acting. And so I don't know if you remember that process.
The process when we worked together of like, you're like, okay, I want you to kind of express these feelings and like these motions. I was just kind of looking at my phone like, yeah, I just said something. And then I was just kind of like, oh, everyone's gone. And now it's awkward. And all right. Like that kind of, that one, that
Yeah.
That, I remember while working together.
Let me send y'all the link again, because now it says I have less than a minute. So let me send y'all.
Okay.
All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. So let me send y'all again, all right?
Cut.
Oh my goodness.
Johnny. What was my name? Mark? No.
Yeah, it was Mark.
Yeah.
We're waiting on Johnny again. Yeah, because in the movie, you were waiting on Johnny, weren't you?
Yeah. Like, man, where is he? I was getting all impatient because I think my hidden secret was I don't know if I really had that many friends in like the character Mark.
I don't know. Did we ever give you a backstory?
I don't think so. Not that I remember, at least. It's also been a while.
Yeah,
my backstory was not too bad, but now I understand the development of a backstory. Like I did that for like other characters. After that, like I would go into deep stuff like what's their favorite color, what's their hobbies. Like I was just some high school kid from the ghetto that, you know what I mean, was kind of idiotic, this and that. Well, what was Johnny? What you wanted Johnny to be kind of dunce, right?
Yeah, Johnny was pretty dense. He was a grease monkey.
Yeah, there you go. Grease monkey.
Yeah, he was a grease monkey, and he had a hot girlfriend, and she was about to go to college, and he wasn't. And that was about as much as I kind of drew out. And then with Mark was Johnny's friend. I don't know if they were best friends or not. I don't think we went into that, but I know they were friends.
In my mind, we were.
Were ya?
In my mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to get my girlfriend pregnant so she don't go to college. You know what I mean?
I know the girls had a tighter friendship because it was like one of those best friends or whatever. But yeah.
And didn't Sally like Johnny?
Huh?
Sally was Maria's homegirl. Right? Yeah, Mark's girlfriend. Didn't Sally not like Johnny?
Yeah, she did not like Johnny because he was a grease monkey.
Yeah.
He had no future, none. And then they were both going to go to like a nursing school or something like that. And
nursing school. Yeah. Get some white doctors, I think they said.
Yeah, they were going to hook up with some white doctors and be somebody in the hood. Man,
making top dollars.
Huh?
Making top dollars.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Man, we actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we really didn't go too deep into like filmmaking stuff. We were just like, fuck it, we're gonna make a feature film and we're gonna do it together. That's about as far as I got. I don't
go.
Yeah.
Like coverage.
what actually hooked you up, or what made y'all want to do the film? Honestly,
Experience. For me, it was experience, like, and experience. Like I at the time, like I was in a position to be able, like, to, if I would have been able to take weeks off, I would have taken weeks off. But I was in government service at the time, and so like weekends, I was like, man, I was willing to dedicate weekends for months on end to just get that experience, because that's how you develop as an actor, even as a person. Like, it just helps you learn how to. For me personally, one, personal development, two, experience. Like, you personally develop on how to, you learn people, like reading emotions, reading the room more. Like, it's crazy how just doing little, doing acting classes and stuff like that, and learning how to, how do you say, express emotions subtly, help you in real life. Like, I've learned how to read people. You know what I mean? I've learned how to just express my emotions subtly, and it's pretty cool, man. Like, but mainly it was experience and personal development. You know what I mean? Like, I want that experience, and of course, it's something else on my resume, but like, it's that, and I love acting. I love acting. I love being able to tell a story through through somebody else's eyes, and like, oh, if I could do like Jumanji, with The Rock, that would have been dope. You know what I mean? But I don't have access to those kind of directors yet. You know what I mean?
yeah. Daniel.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Johnny. No, I think what you're getting at, to elaborate a little bit, is like, yeah, acting is like what we learn is like the human nature, and we kind of train ourselves to like kind of notice and heighten our own sense of what that human nature is, and then so therefore we like start noticing it more in real life, or and not on set. Yeah, but what intrigued me about the project was, one, like my background, right, is like Lowriders, like, oh yeah, like fuck yeah. I remember seeing Lowriders as a kid, like, oh, and like pretending I'm like an essay, and like and then yeah, and so like I was applying to some gigs at the time, and I saw that one, and I was like, oh, I really want to be a part of this one. I don't know, just something about it, like just sounds fun to be a part of. Lowriders versus zombies from space. Like, what's not fun about that, and then about that. And yeah, glad I was a part of it, because it was a fun experience.
I know our shoots were long, and I mean long. There was one night I remember we were there till like 3 in the morning. Yeah, and then was it 5?
Yeah.
I forgot. 5 in the morning. Yeah.
And then our next call was 10 o'clock the next day. Well, that same day. So we were like, fuck, dude, how are we gonna get home? We locked everything up. We went home, and then the next day we're all dragging ass till like maybe 3 o'clock. And then everybody got their win, and we kept going to like 2, 3 o'clock again. So I remember that weekend, and I was like, fuck, dude, why am I doing this to these guys? And they're here. And they're putting up with me. Fuck, dude.
I know, night shoots, man. Night shoots. Yeah. They're always killer, man.
I feel like Johnny stayed longer than Mark, right? Like in the call sheet. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the longest I
was outnumbered. And there was Sally and Maria.
Oh no.
No, and then Maribel, but it was cool. We were cool. It was cool because we had some fun times. We're sitting there while they're doing makeup. We're just hanging out. I'm there sleeping. I'm taking a break, and I'm knocking it out. I'm like, bro, I'm not even gonna be on set for like 6 hours.
I don't know who made those call sheets.
I wonder who.
They need to learn how to make call sheets.
Don't you put me at a VFW and not have me on set for 6 hours, because Johnny might not be. He might be a little inebriated.
Might be. loses sanity.
But even on even on
man.
like a bigger budget, that happens though. Like I was in the summer, in school in Los Angeles, and
Oh, you did Alita Battle Angel or something like that, didn't
what?
you?
You
Did
did,
you do Alita
Alita.
Battle Angel?
Well,
Or
I did that. That was brutal. Yes, night shoots and days and back and forth. That was very brutal. But I think one of my first film sets I was on, it was everyone had a call time at 7 a.m. and we literally didn't get to this one actor. He had one line till 7 p.m. So
No,
Wow.
it happens.
and you had to be there right on
Hey,
call.
yeah.
at least I didn't do that to y'all. I did not do like a whole 12 hours
It felt
later.
like you did. I want to say you did. But Johnny was like, but
I'm
I
about to
need you
mute
for
you.
5 in the afternoon, but I need
I did not do that to you. Maybe 3-4 hours, but not no damn 12 hours.
12 hours.
That's crazy.
At least they had like all that food back there, you know.
Yeah, we had really good food. I do admit that was good. That was good food there.
You could tell us with that food, boy.
And we tried to take care of y'all as much as we could with everything. I wasn't perfect, and it was my first film. So, but you know what? I do appreciate everything y'all did because, like I said, y'all were troopers, man. I put y'all through some fucking hours, and it was like take after take, and then cold and hot and like muggy. But yeah, bro, I do appreciate that, man. Now I got a question.
You
After
did good, man.
say again.
No, you did good, man. It was good. It was a good experience. Like if it's gonna be like that, like just the same on bigger sets, all I have to do is, all right, remember LVZS, and that's my pep talk. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
But yeah.
So I got a question for y'all because LVZ again, it one, it was my first film. Two, and I tell this to everybody, it was more or a project where a bunch of us as friends got together and we try to see if we could get it done, which we did. It got a lot further than I ever thought. I mean, the motherfucker's on Tubi, I got a distributor copy, right? And then I got our release copy. It won't show up. I don't know why. Anyways, but there's like
Get it tilted down to get rid of the glare. But
okay.
yeah.
Well, anyways, but it got picked up by the distributor, which I was like, what the fuck? Are y'all crazy? Y'all stupid? But it's on Tubi, it's on Vimeo, it's on Amazon, it's on all these things. We had a premiere in Italy, in Los Angeles, and so I mean, we did really good for the last 5 years. We've done exceptionally well. Has any of LVZ come back to kind of like bite you in the butt or like, hey, were you on that film? Or like, honest.
Oh man. I mean, I got a bunch, but I don't know if somebody else wants to go first because my name is.
Oh, you done talking. Let's hear. I'm gonna mute you.
For me, it was always like, oh, so yeah, you're an actor, like making small talk. Oh yeah, I've done acting, I've done some stuff. Oh, like what? What do you do? And then I'm like, all right, don't laugh, but check this out. Bear with me. This title is really funny, but and like Lowriders versus Zombies, and sometimes they have to like get it out of me. I'm like, oh, I don't know, I did something. It's on Amazon. You might find it. And like, what? Really? Like, yeah. Like, tell me. And they're like, come on, tell me. I'm like, I don't know. Okay, I'll tell you. all right. I'll tell you. I was like, all right, hear me. Lowriders versus Zombies from Space. And then they're like, I'm looking this up. This is too intriguing of a title to like, what? And you were in it? What the fuck? I'm like, oh, you were like, were you an extra? Like, no, I was like one of the 4 main cast. Like, what? Okay, I gotta look this shit up now. And kind of that not really bit me in the butt, but kind of followed me throughout like random conversations from time to time, from relatives to cohorts to just random people that I meet. Like, oh yeah, that's out there. I forgot.
That's cool.
No. It's just like, I don't know. No offense or anything, right? It's just
no, you're good.
It feels like a fantasy or like something that just kind of like, okay, yeah, that was an experience. And then I never like, I kind of went off social media and I didn't really keep up with anything. And so like hearing of a lot of these things, like, oh crap, I really haven't kept up with anything regarding like how the progress is. I have no idea about the thing about Italy. So hearing all that, it's like, wow, that's fucking awesome. Hell yeah, that's awesome that this went so far.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I really was surprised because, again, when we first started, with the film. It was supposed to be a short film, like 10, 20 minutes. And
Wow.
fucking Ronald convinced me. Yeah, Ronald convinced me, and I was like, okay, well, what do we need? And then we got with the distributor. He's like, well, at least 50 minutes or 45 minutes of this. And they kept adding on, so we kept adding to it. I'm like, okay, cool. And finally, we're like, dude, I can't squeeze any more life out of LBZ. This is it. That we're done with it. We've already spent a year and a half filming this crap. And then, well, it was a year, and then Katrina, was it Katrina or what? One of the hurricanes hit us like towards the end of the film shoot, and we had kind of had to stop. Huh?
Katrina was like an 07, 08, dude.
Yeah, I know we had to stop for some. I know it was a rainstorm, but I don't think it was a hurricane, but it was really rain.
Well, it was the tornado season or something. And anyways, we shut us down for a couple of months, because Emma and I forget the other lady's name. They worked with the Red Cross down in South Texas, and so they were doing a bunch of relief efforts down there.
Harvey, I'm talking about Harvey.
There you go. Yeah, Harvey. So, but yeah, after that, like I said, when we started premiering, I was like, why? Like, why? It's like, that was crazy.
I really did like the reshoots though. I mean, that was to actually have that idea with the baseball field and worked. That was awesome.
Dude,
and
if they only knew what happened that day on the baseball field, that was crazy. We almost lost the camera.
Do tell. Oh.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
We wanted to shoot a one shot. So we had Paige running around, all three bases, right? And so we're like, well, how are we going to shoot this? And then Ron was like, well, we'll put it on top of my truck. We're like, okay, cool. So we put this giant rig on top of his truck and we weighed it down so it wouldn't go anywhere. And so we shot the scene and it perfectly cleared the truck and everything. And we're like, okay, cool. So let's take the sandbags off so we could get the camera. Okay, cool. So we take the sandbags off, not thinking.
Oh, no, we didn't take the sandbags off. Everyone put their hands on the camera. And we were unscrewing the camera, but since we had three of us on the camera, and so we unscrewed the camera, but no one had the sandbag, so it turned into a trebuchet.
And so there goes the whole rig, flipped off, broke the rig and everything. We're like, what the fuck? Well, we saved the camera though.
Yeah, everyone held the camera. We're good.
But we got the shot. So that's all that mattered. We lost the rig.
Okay, so David,
got the shot. Oh
yeah.
Question for you now. So, okay, maybe I could find this info somewhere, but is that real? Like LVZ2, or what's kind of the details about that, or anything that you can share?
No, I can't share. No, actually, I was. Hold on. Where did you get this? Where did you get this information about LVZ2? What?
Oh no, I thought I heard something.
Oh, you didn't hear nothing.
I said I'm ready for LVZ too, man. Shoot,
maybe it was just Johnny making shit up. No.
Yeah, Johnny was making shit up. No, we do have a project. We're extending the world of LVZ. I'll leave it at that. And hopefully at the end of the month, I'll have more information for everybody. But we're extending the world of LVZ and with hopes of, yes, having LVZ2 afterwards.
Whoa.
I'll just leave it like that. I might have to bring, Mark back as a zombie because I know we killed you off.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, if it turns out that way, but I don't want to force it, whatever the artistic.
Now I got a question. We had to kill you off, which we were really, really creative on how we killed you off. You know, and I think that's one of my favorite kills. Actually, that's one of the longest kill scene that we recorded in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
How was that process for you, though?
Honestly, you guys made it pretty easy and streamlined. It was like, all right, cool. Now face here, and then like, does this hurt? No, okay. Can you do it like that? Yeah, I can do that fast. Okay, and then just like move it really fast, move your neck really fast, and then when we say this, and it was just like, it felt like okay, cool. I don't know. It felt like odd, but in a cool way. if I can extend my vocabulary a little bit. I don't know. It was fun.
Because what did we do to kill you off? For those of you who haven't seen the movie, you should see the movie, but
what you did to kill me off,
if you remember,
was a zombie, if I remember correctly, slammed me onto a table,
Oh,
and then I think like
did he break your neck?
we were just like wrestling or something, and then like I thought he hit my neck down, or did he twist my neck? I thought he
no.
Yeah.
I thought
He had slammed you on the table, and then he just did like cupped his hands and
yeah.
And when he went
Yeah.
down, because you were already laying on the table, it flipped your neck backwards.
Like snapped. Absolutely just.
And then we just see your blood just dripping, drip, 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 drip.
Yeah, we shot that pretty quick. It looked really good.
Yeah, it was really quick. That's all I was like, it was really streamlined and fast and awesome.
And considering the one hallway fight scene, we rehearsed that for about a week. I was like, what's that one hallways fight scene? Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass. The only one that everybody keeps asking me is why somebody got left out. And we're like, I want to tell them the whole backstory of who Johnny is again in their head, kind of like a meathead, but it's like, I guess that didn't come across, the whole character buildup. But yeah, that was one of the things that everybody always asked me is like, well, why did Johnny come out of the restroom at the end? And I'm like, you didn't pay attention when he told, Mark that he was going to the restroom at the beginning before the zombies attacked. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
That's on you.
Did you really watch the movie?
Yeah,
Man,
did you really watch
I'll tell you what, dude. Going back to your question about it following you around, so people knew, okay, so like the base that I worked on, because I was working on an Air Force base at the time, right? And people knew me as a community actor, right? So they knew that I was acting. Even my division chief, who was in charge of the whole section for like T6s, let's just say that's the plane, that section that I worked in. He knew me. I was like his little pony boy, like I was his golden child. Oh, that's my worker down in this section. Everybody knew I was an actor, right? They knew I was working on acting. Yeah, they would laugh. Like I cut a lot of hate. You know what I mean? Like, people just kind of like the jealousy stuff. Like just people are like, oh, you think you're an actor, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, I'm actually working on this stuff. So I don't know. What do you call it? But anyways, when I told everybody about the film, man, people would go and watch it. And they'd be like, what's up, Johnny? I walk into work and people would be like, ¿Qué onda, Johnny? ¿Qué pasó, Johnny? And this and that. Like, people started, like, calling me Johnny for, like, years. Like, they'd be like, even knowing my real name, dudes that they'd be like, yo, this dude's an actor. Yo, check out the movie. And people were, like, pushing the movie, like, telling other people about it.
Really?
Like, once some of the people that I knew, I would be like, yeah, I did this movie, blah, blah. And they'd be like, oh, what's the name of it? They'd look it up. They'd be like, nah. Dude, one day I walked into work on a Friday. And in government service, Fridays, people tend to be a little more liberal. They do cookouts, stuff like that, right? Oh, they put Lowrider versus Zombie on the TV inside the office, bro.
That's badass.
Bro, it's for years, like for months, they did that. Even now, people will be like, "Hey, come that Johnny," and I'm just like, "Bro, you still remember the movie?" Which is good. Don't get me wrong. I'm flattered by it because, like, a lot of those are like the real supporters. I can tell they're like, "Yo, man, this dude's, he's cool. He's doing his thing." But there were some people who would be like, you think you're an actor, and like got a lot of flack for it in a negative way. But it is what it is. I still do me, What I mean?
I will tell you that LVZ does have a cult following. And what I mean by that is that when I look at our statistics and our analytics and all that good stuff, you could see that every month it gets watched like hours, especially when it hit Tubi. It had kind of slowed down maybe year 3. And that's when we got picked up with our distributor and we got onto Tubi. And I mean, it went wild once it went on Tubi. I was like, what the fuck, dude? People like this cheesy shit. That's pretty badass. But yeah. Dude, I mean, for real, it's got like a cult following. We made it on Rotten Tomatoes. So we have a listing on Rotten Tomatoes, which is pretty cool. I was like, wow. Why?
Cool.
Wow.
Why?
Yeah. Why?
Why? But it's one of those things that, huh?
No, I was gonna say. So this time around, if you do happen to do another LVZS project, or you bring LVZS to too. Like now, I know I plan. I already have plans. I'm gonna work on Johnny's backstory, depending on what. Because like I would do. I was even thinking you could do like LVZS2, Life After College, or like the Golden Years. Or like I was already like thinking
The
of
Golden
titles.
Years.
Like
Look at
I wonder what he's gonna college. Or like where it's basically Johnny and let's just say if it is Maria, or let's just say it's Johnny and another girl, married, got kids, whatever, or Maria and some other dude, or you know what I mean? I'm already like over the years I thought I wonder how he's gonna do it. Like if he does it, how's he gonna do it? Like it's pretty cool though, man. But I'm gonna work on like more character development. Like I know I got plans to work on character development as far as a backstory. I'm more disciplined now. And more focused. So it's gonna be. I want to take it serious, but I do want to have some fun, but I want to be more like let's give the fans, the following especially deserve the better part of me. You know what I mean? The better part of me as an actor. They deserve that. They deserve that dedication to developing the character. You know what I mean? So
and I agree
I'm
with
letting
you.
you know, man.
I do agree with you because from when we first started, and like I said, that was my first feature film, to now, I've noticed the need for development for character wise. Because again, like I said, when we did LVZ one, and now you got me saying LVZ one. When we did LVZ, we just wanted to do a film, and it was a bunch of us, a bunch of friends, dude. Every single lowrider guys that was out there, they were really good friends of mine. Which I have to pause real quick and say that since the film, we had three of our fellow lowriders pass away, and I was like, dude, that hit me hard because they were really close friends, and they were guys who committed their time to us out there, and they didn't get paid. Well, they got beer. They didn't get paid. They just went out there to support the community, and to me, that was one of the things that hit me hard. Not because just the film, but because we had the support from the community. And then we also had the support from the film community because we had a lot of people volunteer their time and everything. And you are right, Mario. I think if we do it again, we have to give them our best because they did give us their best. And that's one of the things that I've tried to learn and try to implement, even with Jessica, because we keep on working on different things, different projects. And I do see our growth, but I would love to see y'all's growth, and bring y'all back. Or even if we were to do like some other project to where I bring y'all back in different characters or different something, you know what I mean? To see that growth in y'all.
Yeah, I hear you. I would love that because I definitely have grown not just as an actor, but as a person, and I think that affects your acting. And to be able to like share that with past
The world.
castmates and the world and the following and everyone, I think would be a really momentous thing, or really like what's the word, memorable.
Joyous.
Remember?
Yeah,
Memorable,
joyous,
yeah.
memorable.
That's pretty cool, man. And again, it's been a learning experience. And I love the fact that we're sitting here 5 years later, kind of goofing off and talking about LVZ because I didn't think that would be possible. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
I never thought about like, oh, yeah, it's gonna go anywhere. It's still being watched. It's still being,
5 years later.
yeah, 5 years later, people are still asking for where's part two. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I looked up famous actors. I looked up so shortly after that, right? I think from time to time, every year, every time I see the feed come up or something like that, I'll go look. I'll be like, man, you know what? Because there was this one year where I was just kind of like, I hadn't done any work. I haven't done any acting work the past year or two. I haven't really looked. I got off Backstage. I got off all these other sites just because I had started a trucking business for like almost a year, 2 years. So I was gone. So acting at the time wasn't my focus. It was developing my business, whatever, right? Like growing my business, doing all that. What I'm getting at is like I would sit down from time to time and be like, what actors made B films, right? So I came across like made B films and actually like before they even became superhero actors, you know what I mean? Class A-list actors.
Yeah.
Well, one that stuck with me was Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler had done a bunch of B films before he even hit 300. So like, and some of his B films are better acting, but it's just the production value. You know what I mean? Some of the production value is just not there. But I would sit there and be like, man, so Gerard Butler was actually doing something. And, you know, you have some actors who get lucky that come in, they're 40, 50 years old, and boom, they become an A-list actor because of the production value of that project.
Yeah.
It's a freaking Hollywood billion-dollar project, whatever, right? And so that's all it takes is sometimes for you to have that one movie launch you into stardom, right? But it was like I would go back and look at some of these actors, some of the work that they put in, some of the cheesy films that they've been in, because I was like, you know what? LBZS is a class, you would always say it's a class, or it is a B film, right? So I'd be like, well, you know what? Let me see the famous actors I like, and let me see what B films they've done, and see how they did it, or just study, because it sucks, man. Ever since I started acting years ago, right? I always every movie that I watch is a study session. It's always a study session now. I cannot watch a movie and not look at the mannerisms of each character, look at the emotions of each character, look at how the director did this, or look at how the camera, director of photography, or whoever's working the cameras, focus or rack focus. And dude, it sucks, dude. Every movie is, even TV is a study session, bro. Like my wife hates watching movies with me now, bro, because it's like, bro, like, can you just watch the movie? And I literally have to force myself. Why did they do that? Why is this? What the hell? That doesn't even make sense. Like, why would? And look, did you see? He didn't even have bullets in that gun, or did you see this, or did you see that? Like, oh, dude. So it's needless to say that I'm always watching. And then sometimes I even like if I'm driving by myself, I'll do like little skits in my truck. Like, this is how I would do this, or you know what I mean? I impersonate some of the scenes, some of my favorite scenes, like from 300 or from Denzel's movies. Like, I love Denzel as an actor, bro. Mark Wahlberg, I love Mark Wahlberg as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. It's just, I was just saying, looking at some of the, the B films, you have some of these people who have been together, and some of these actors have known each other since high school and stuff. That's another thing they don't tell you. Like, they act like they don't know each other sometimes, but then you look at some of these actors, they're like best friends, but they're in their own field, their own lane. So it's like LVZS bringing it back home is like LVZS is like, ooh, we got that little click, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And no matter where each of us go, LVZS calls again, it's gonna be like da 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 da. You know what I mean?
I will say I
But
do have a really tight friendship with most of y'all, to where I can from time to time text or email or whatever, or I'll catch up with some of y'all, and I'll be like, man, dude, where's he at now? And I'll be like, yeah, he's actually doing pretty badass. Or man, he moved on, but he's no longer acting, but he's doing this and that. So I'm like, I always like to see where y'all are at, after
life,
project or in life, yeah. And it's always interesting because I'm like, I'm still kind of here, just chilling, watching and watching y'all grow, So
Does it feel like we're like the birds that kind of like flew out from the nest, and like LVZ was like the nest?
you know what it did, because all right, but like what is it called? Anyways, when we would rap, I would have that like empty feeling, like, man, I'm missing something. I'm like, you getting that
Coverage.
No, you do, because you get that camaraderie. And again, we were doing 15, 18-hour fucking days, all night long and shit, and we were just joke around, keeping each other awake while Jessica's setting up shots 3 hours later.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
watching y'all go.
because the director changes mind and changes mind. Oh, we're gonna do this scene instead of this scene. Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's so wild hair my ass. You do. You miss it, and you miss the people, especially if you grow fond of people. Which, again, LVZ, I really did, because I mean, shit, it was my first film, and to have the caliber of actors, to have the caliber of people involved in it, because y'all were not just actors, y'all were badass people that really gave me everything. And I was like, man, dude, I'm blessed, dude. I first feature film, we had a crew of about 30. I think, right, Jessica, about 30 people between camera, stunt people, freaking
Yeah.
audio. We had makeup artists. We had like 4 or 5 makeup artists. I was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? We had catering. I was like, what, dude? We have a lot of people, all the lowriders who came out. I was like, dude, this is not a first film for, like, people's like, oh, how'd you manage? I don't know. I don't know how I got so lucky with all these people. I really don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all made LBZ. And I know I kid around a lot that it's my redheaded stepchild and I love it to death, but I really do. I'm proud of LBZ.
It seems like it takes, like the saying, it takes a village, kind of is like it takes San Antonio's little click village to make this film, or it took, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
all gave it their all.
It did.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, like I said, it was y'all who kind of made who it was. Because I know there was a couple of times when I really didn't know where I wanted to take it. But sitting with y'all, and I know we sat a lot of times, we would sit and we would talk about a scene and we would kind of go over and be like, well, what do you think? You know what I mean? Because honestly, I was like, man, fuck, I'm lost. But if I sit here long enough with these cats and they give me enough ideas, I know we could do it. But I just didn't want to say that out loud, that I'm like, fuck, I'm lost.
I just imagine you sitting with like actual cats.
I just remember when the extras, were shooting all night, we're about ready to leave, and I'm like, okay, we need the dance scene. So it's like, I told the DJ, play something, and I just grabbed the camera and I just started, the actors, you and the lead actors, just dance, just dance. Oh man, that was funny.
But it was.
Fun.
I really did
Yeah,
enjoy
one of
it.
those long nights.
No, I would say I really did enjoy the whole like running around chicken wild hair, and I'm like, oh. But I will have to say that if we were to do an LVZ2, that I'd probably try to bring most of y'all back in some form or manner, to where we could be like, okay, let's keep this party starting, or keep this party going, actually.
Yeah.
As long as you don't kill Johnny off.
Well, minus Johnny. Hashtag keep Johnny alive. How long did
Hey, but hey, Johnny can now. Hey, look at me now, bro. He's this. Be like, yo, Johnny now is kind of like a Walking Dead type hero. You know what I mean?
still politicking? For those of you who don't know,
you're dying off.
Yeah, originally we were supposed to kill Johnny right out the bat.
Yeah, and then we ran out of time, and I just said, "What about he just stays he gets locked in the bathroom?" And you're like, "Yes."
Thank you, Jessica.
That works.
So much.
It's like, hey, we were running out of time. We had to leave. Like, just gets locked in the bathroom. It's like, come on.
He took too long in the bathroom. While he was in the bathroom, all this is going on, and he walks out. Like, what the hell? Where did everybody go?
Yeah, his best friend dies. Dobby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, no. You should pick up from there, like, Mark, no. Okay, later, God.
That's That's what I'm gonna do. You're over there sobbing over Mark. Mark turns around, flips his head, turns you into a zombie, and there you go. Y'all buddies again. I finally get to kill off damn Johnny. What I've been wanting to do is kill off Johnny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm over here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Johnny.
Beef with Johnny, man. Beefing with Johnny. Hashtag beefing with Johnny.
Oh my god. All right, guys. Time is running out. We have about a minute and a half or so. If anybody you'd like to thank, say hi, kudos, saludos, anything like that before we run out of here. And
I just want to thank you, David.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that was it. I just want to thank you, David. Appreciate the opportunity, and I appreciate everybody that we worked with. I love y'all. Y'all be safe, man.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you again, Dave, for giving me the opportunity, and we'll see where else it takes us.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with little secrets. All right, David, I see you. That's fine. You can keep your secrets.
All right. With that said, guys, thank you much again. Y'all made everything possible, and hopefully we will see you again. Who knows? Until next time, guys, keep watching films, and we'll see y'all back here next week. All right, bye.